All right. Good afternoon once again. We're gonna try take two. Yeah, outside of the city, the signal isn't very good. I learned that. Live and learn. This is much better. Much better. Hey, Michael Lee White. Welcome. Yeah, Stone Cold. Part B. And we got the Chief in the house. Holy. This is like it's like a reunion. Yeah, this is take two. Thank you, Chief, Stone Cold, Michael, Thriving Expat, for being here. This is take two. First one, I made an attempt. It didn't do too well. Fox, yes, take two. But yeah, I think we'll be much better in the city. The trees, I learned, too much interference. Unless you have Starlink, I don't even know how Starlink works with trees, but yeah, I think the trees were definitely an issue. But anyway, now I can resume my walking. I walked from Kandau here to Dumaguete City. I think, like I said, it was like 3-something miles. It's breezy down here too. I'm gonna stay more in towards the city for now. I have my mics, but they're in my backpack. I don't really feel like putting them on. If at first you don't succeed, exactly, you come back stronger, Fox. You just keep on walking and keep on talking. Not everything's perfect, and it's living and learning, and that's okay. I don't mind it. It's fine. But yeah, plus I think it's a little more entertaining for people to see there's more activity going on in the city. Definitely a lot. Thank you, Chief. Thank you very much. Have a coffee on me. One of these days, Chief, we're gonna be having a coffee on each other. Well, actually, I'll be treating you the coffee, Chief. I appreciate that. I hope you had a Merry Christmas, Chief. I'm not sure. I think I saw you at some point. But welcome back. Bees popping. Hey, my friend. Hope you enjoyed your Christmas with Che. Yeah, my Christmas was good. It was just a basic, simple Christmas. Actually, it was probably the first Christmas that it was not materialistic for me. But I don't even really remember last year either. That was my first Christmas here in the Philippines. I didn't care about the whole gift side of things. I have everything I want right here. Like I've mentioned before, if I need a shirt or a t-shirt or whatever, I'll just get it when I need it. I separate my needs versus wants, and quite honestly, I just want to be here and be happy. It's Stone Cold. After YouTube tax, you can buy a baby chino. That's funny, Stone Cold. Whoops. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Stone Cold. You're a good man. You've spoiled me silly ever since I've met you on YouTube, and I appreciate everything you've done for me here. And hopefully someday you're another one I'd like to meet face to face. There's a lot of people I want to meet face to face. John Vasquez, Sir Castaway Drift, hello. Bees Poppin says, that's awesome, my friend. And then we got Ray, the walking dog. I can't bark as good as you, but woof, woof, something like that. If I start barking here in the city, they'll think I'm nuts. You should have Buy Me a Coffee. They only take 10%. I do have Buy Me a Coffee. I have it attached to my YouTube, my bio. So yeah, I do have Buy Me a Coffee, but if somebody sees that and Buy Me a Coffee, they're more than welcome. But back to more activity in Dumaguete. This is what I'm talking about. This is where the energy comes from, and it's perfect for people that are into people watching. who've never been to the Philippines. Hello. Who had never been to the Philippines, and this, I don't know, I think it's awesome. I don't know where Che's at her mother's still. So, like I said, that's where I came from, and I thought, oh, cool, I'll do a live stream while I'm walking from Candao. Obviously, that didn't work too well, and I'm gonna go with the consensus that it's the trees that interfered with the signal. Definitely the trees. Thanks, Bees Poppin'. Thank you, Chief. Again, Stone Cold, thank you so much. I'm humbled each and every day. But this is more my speed. Like I said, I can cruise through the city. And happy Monday, 1:48 p.m. in the afternoon in Dumaguete City. Happy Monday. I appreciate it, Stone Cold, like I said. Like I did this, you know, as a hobby and for fun. Whatever becomes of it, becomes of it. I just enjoy sharing this regardless. But I'm blessed, grateful, thankful for your generosity, anybody's generosity. Chief, we got some music. And then we got a Quest 8170 says hello. And then we got Colin Darling. It's 5:48 now in Ireland. Welcome from Ireland. I don't know that many people from Ireland, but I do have a couple subscribers who I call friends from Ireland. But if you have your bike parked here, I'm not going to be able to help you find it. I won't be able to help you find it. But this is the best part. This is what I like. And I know for some people this drives them crazy. They're just not into it. I'm used to it. It doesn't bother me here in the city. And it's not like a big city. Like I've always said, Dumaguete reminds me of a town, especially since I lived in Bacolod. Bacolod's more like a city. I felt trapped in there. The buildings aren't very high here. Certainly not like, you know, over there you got Lee Plaza, and I'll come back up around that way. That can get a little wild and busy, like just like the center for me. And then down that way is the water. But I'll get back to the water too. I just didn't want to go there yet because it is breezy and a little loud. Everybody knows what that is. The famous Jollibee. The famous Jollibee. And it's kind of wild. It doesn't seem that busy for a Monday. Almost feels like a weekend, although the traffic is a little busy on the week. It's never like a Monday through Friday. Maybe because it's another holiday week. And hey, Graham, get your ass in Jollibee. I don't eat Jollibee. I don't eat any of that stuff, really. I'm not a big fan of fast food for the most part. I've had it twice. Don't particularly love it. It's okay, but you know me, I'm kind of like a health nut a little bit. Is there a movie theater? Yeah, there's a movie theater. There's one in Robinson Mall, and then there's one in, hey Michael, one in City Mall. Yeah, I think the one in City Mall, the movie theater's nicer. It's newer, has more like better stadium seating for people. Is there KFC there, or is it mostly Jollibee? Let me try and remember. Is there a KFC? Because I don't eat at a KFC either. I know I'm almost positive there was one in Bacolod. I don't know if there was one here in Dumaguete. I've not eaten in one. That's probably why I don't remember if there is one. I was on tricycles when I was there. Try the coconut shakes, are delicious. Oh, I like anything. I like anything coconut related. Obviously, I love coconut water. I'll go back down around this way and then start weaving. I'll start weaving. So I got a little bit of a warm up in my walk I must go back to the Philippines someday. Yes, you need to, Colin, darling. Stefan Goosen says you have to eat balut. Yeah, I know. I've gotten the balut challenge from a couple people here on the live stream. I will do balut. I'm not excited to do balut, but everybody keeps saying, Michael, it just tastes like chicken soup. I guess if I put it that way and just think chicken soup and maybe close my eyes, I might be able to do the balut challenge. Stone Cold Steve has graciously, generously supported that cause for me to do balut. Where is the best ATM? I guess, well, there's one right down here I'll point out. It's BP, I think it's called BPI, at least local here in the city. But I know you guys, some of you guys like to look at Filipinas, so I'm doing my best. We'll see how active it is today. Stone Cold, yes, there's a KFC. All the fast food places have great chicken, including Jollibee, KFC, and McDonald's. Yeah, I guess if I had to get chicken, I would eat KFC before I'd eat anybody else, I guess. But again, I don't really eat much fast food, unless it's like a last resort. I gotta jump down here. My legs tend to move a lot faster than everybody else. But there's the Great Lee Plaza. Dave, hello Dave, says, how do you plan on using Starlink Mini while walking? Hold it in your hands. What if you want to go inside a building or undercover? Any needs? Well, yeah, like I said, I think if you go into a mall, certain malls, you have to check in your bags. I don't know. Some people have told me Starlink Mini would work, like if I had it in my backpack. Some people said it needs to be on the outside of the backpack. So I'm not sure. I'll figure that out when the time comes. Right now, I don't have Starlink. It's on my dream wish list. But it'll be nice. It'll be able to improve the quality of the live streams depending on where I go. But yeah, I'm gonna go around here towards the public market. My wife is a Philippine state. They're crazy about balut. Yeah. Hello, Wayna Jumps. I see you, Wayna. And again, I apologize to anybody if I don't see your comments, because while I'm walking, being this is somewhat new to me, I've done it for, I guess, I don't know, maybe almost 2 weeks now. It gets a little difficult to stare at the screen, but I appreciate it. Aqua says, yes, love to see Palinki. Graham says, Michael, I've tried balut, but I'm not crazy about it. I know of some foreigners that's not used to balut and end up very sick. Yeah, that's the risk I'm gonna have to take, I guess. I guess when I finally do the balut, I'm gonna do it publicly, whether it's a live stream or a video, I'll do it publicly, because I'm not gonna go to all that trouble to try balut and then pay the price later without sharing it with you guys. So I'm definitely, I mean, I ate the street food not that long ago, and yeah, you know what happened to me when I ate the street food, but that was probably not, I don't know, something in the street food, whether it was the ingredients or the oil, didn't sit well with me, and probably like 2 hours after I ate it, I had a stomach ache. I gotta cut around this, create my own path of least resistance. Rackford TV2, big up from Canada. Hello from Canada. Appreciate you being here. Lynn says, don't do it if you don't want to do it. Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm more in favor of maybe trying it than I was before. Before I was definitely not even going to try it, but I feel like a part of me is getting guilted into trying it. I would love to be there than here in Canada. Yeah, Richard, I'm sure you're cold. I don't miss any of that stuff. A little snow maybe on Christmas Day would have been nice, but obviously that's not going to happen here. And this is the fun part. Jason says, yo, I like balut. Hi, Jason, welcome back. I sent you a message. I saw your message on You responded to something saying sorry that you missed the live stream. See, this is what I'm telling you. Again, people might think this is chaotic, but I just think it don't bother me. I don't know. I just flow with the traffic and listen to the horns blow. And Richard says freezing here. I'm sure it is, Richard. I wish I could send you some warm air, but maybe looking at this will help you mentally anyway. My wife is from Elo. I'm guessing Elo. Stefan, I remember you, Stefan Goosens. That name sounds familiar. Hello. Nobody who does mobile live streams for a living uses Starlink. All right. David, you might know more than me. I seem to be doing well with this. As long as I'm in the city, then it's like once I hit the trees, like I said, outside the city, I was in trouble. But look how active. I think this is just neat. I just like how active it is, and you know, all the fruit. Smells good to me. And then, hello. And that's another thing I love. The people are so nice here. Uh-oh, Mr. Tragic says, OMG, an American. Yeah, I'm an American. It's a good thing. I'm living abroad and experiencing, embracing a new culture and having fun. I love it here. It's a lot of fun, but welcome. Where in the Philippines is that? It's Dumaguete, Philippines. Dumaguete, Philippines. Mark Robinson, thank you for telling people to like, share, and subscribe. My ex is from Leyte, dude on a roll. Colin Darlin says, well, he's not Australian, LOL. Yeah, I probably would have a little bit of an accent, I assume, which Australian accent, any accent's cool in my opinion. It's just a uniqueness to everybody and gives you an idea of where you're from in the world. I mean, I'm sure I have an accent too. Hey, Carrie Sloan, good morning. Michael, good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm gonna cut up through here. I always like going through the middle. J Cloud Pro says, why not? I know where Why Not is. It's near the boulevard if you're talking about the same Why Not. I'll be going down that way. I'm just kind of cheating going through the public market. Carrie Sloan says, it's 1 a.m. here in Rochester. Well, thank you for being up so late. I appreciate that. Again, anybody who was with me on my earlier live stream, it kind of went kaput on me. I was trying to explore and live stream outside of my familiarity, I guess you could say. I'm not used to live streaming under trees, although we'll see what happens when I go under this. And DJ, welcome back from Wyoming. I like that. Every time I see you, I just think of Kirby Puckett. Kirby Puckett was a little bulldozer of a baseball player, man. He had speed and he could hit. Do they still sell the 50 movie CDs? You know what? I've never noticed that. Maybe, quite honestly, there's a lot of stuff I probably don't even notice just because I'm not looking to buy anything. Hey guys, how are you? I'm not looking to buy anything. Like I said, I'm very content and appreciative of just being here, and as long as I have some clothes on my back and enough food to eat and a good apartment to sleep, I'm good. What's in that bakery window? I'll go back around there. I'll try to show you guys what's in some of these stores as I go around. Great place to visit is Prague too. Yeah, I would love to visit Prague. There's a lot of places I'd love to visit all over the world, but yeah, I'm not rich and I got a lot to see here in the Philippines, that's for darn sure. There's another bakery. Over 7,000 islands and stuff like that. You guys want to say hi? See, they like doing it. Thank you. But yeah, it's busy here in the Philippines, Dumaguete. But you know what? It works. Somehow, some way, it always works. It may not be as efficient and fast as what some people are used to, like in the United States. but it's all good. You let go of that stress. You just enjoy life and chill, and when you get there, you get there. Most Filipinos prefer to wear flip-flops and sandals outside instead of shoes. I always wondered why. They're just most comfortable. Hello, hi. But yeah, I just think it's whatever they're comfortable with. I need walking shoes. I don't know how many miles they're doing in their flip-flops. They might be doing more than I think, you know. They might be just used to it. And then we'll go back up around this way. Oh, hi from Indonesia. We have Erlin Wati 9036. And then we got Saad Toraman from Slovenia. Welcome both of you, Slovenia and Indonesia. I love the smell of fresh baked goods too, but I don't eat a lot of, I eat sourdough bread. Not that I sometimes don't occasionally have something other than sourdough, but my bread of choice is sourdough bread, preferably. Carrie said, trust me, you cannot walk miles in flip-flops. I tried it before and got a blister on my foot. Yeah, I've gotten, well, I'm talking years ago, when I really got into heavy walking in my running shoes, I got a blister. That's just because my feet weren't used to doing all that walking in those shoes. Christine says, how many miles did you walk yesterday? I think it was like 11 or so, 11 miles total. I know it was over 10. I always try to make sure I do 10 a day. That's like my sticking point. And heck, just walking from Kandawai, I did like 3.5 or something like that. So I already got a lot out of the way. And then I'm going to get a lot out of the way while I'm walking with you guys now. And then I'll check my mileage, whatever I have left, and I just go to the boulevard and walk there. Shane, the Shane right hand says, hello from Canada. Well, hello, Shane. Welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines. My name's Michael. I'll say it again. I'm from United States, born and raised in Pennsylvania, but for 2 years I did live in Florida, which I prefer the warm weather. But now I'm living abroad in the Philippines, and I walk every day, and then I started this where I share my walks with everybody. So yeah, see things through my eyes. It's great people watching, that's for sure. Definitely great for people watching. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Oh, wow. Then we got Juan Ra 4483 says, greetings from Argentina. Thank you. That's awesome. Friska says, konnichiwa. Making sure I don't miss. Graham says, stone cold. It's mainly because it's cost effective from footwear for the Filipinos because they don't have much money. Yeah, it's probably why a lot of them do have flip-flops. But I've seen other sneakers like no name, no brand, whatever the heck. They look comfortable, and whether or not they hold up well, I don't know, but they were very cheap. But you just got to do whatever works. But I know I wear flip-flops, but not when I'm out walking like this. I couldn't do it. Oh, wow. Friska 9457 is from Japan. You know what? Japan is number one on my list for my first country I want to visit outside the Philippines is Japan. I've always been a fan and had this affection for Japan and the Japanese culture. So that's awesome. Thank you for being here, Friska. Someday I'm going to go there. Number one country I want to go to on my list outside the Philippines. Whether it's first, I don't know, but definitely that's a place I want to go to. Colin says, have you been on a jeepney? Yeah, I've been on a jeepney. I'd rather walk. I'm too long for it. It's like my head. I mean, I guess a short distance isn't too bad, but a long distance, it's too much. Like I'm too, you know, you got it, my head's cramped and stuff like that. I mean, I've even rode in these, I rode in one of the tricycles going to Che's mother's house in Kandawai, and that's far enough. That's like 10 minutes. I'm like a giant, although I'm not. I'm barely 6 foot tall, like 5'11" and a half, but I'm too long to fit in them things and be comfortable. DTMAN, say man. Thanks for sharing. What city are you in? I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. DT man 7777. Thanks for being here. What island are you on now? Stefan says I'm in Dumaguete. It's Negros Oriental, Dumaguete. And once I'm going towards the water down here. The closest island to here would be Sikihor, I guess. It's like a 30 to 40 minute boat ride, and the port's right over here. That's Quezon Park, as I've shown people before. This is my favorite place to shop, right here. Tops and bottoms, my favorite place. Very inexpensive. I don't go there all the time because I don't buy much, but if I need a new t-shirt or something because I wore one out, that's where I go. Spend between, I don't know, 200 to 300 pesos on a t-shirt. I usually don't, go overboard with clothes anymore. I made that mistake when I was living in the States. Isn't there a tops and bottoms in the United States? Carrie Sloan, I'm not sure. I never heard of tops and bottoms until I came here to Dumaguete. But when I went in there, I loved it. I was like, this place is cool. Well, because it's like, well, I don't know, maybe they were fake. I don't know. No, they were name brand clothing, but Nike t-shirt, 200 pesos. And if you know 300 pesos, equivalent to like $5 and something change. Josh Wilson, my favorite is still the Speed Barbershop shirt. Yeah, I gotta wear that again soon, Josh, and welcome, Josh. Sorry if I didn't see you earlier, but thanks for being here, Josh. How are things going? How's your post-Christmas? Are you looking forward to the New Year's Eve, New Year's Day? I know I am. I'm definitely looking towards New Year's Eve. I don't think there is because I just asked Google and I couldn't answer the question, which means it's not here. All right. DT Man says, sir, how often are you on? I have just subscribed. Oh, my name is David. Well, David, nice to meet you. I tend to go every day. Now, Sunday, I didn't do anything. I needed a break. Like I said, sometimes you just feel that live stream, I don't know, overkill. Like, it's just, you just want a break. I just wanted to do my thing without a live stream. But I've been doing it every day because I walk every day. So it's simple for me just to turn on the live stream and go walking. I walk everywhere. And then I just, like I said, I don't normally have the camera on me. It's not about me. It's about the things that I see here, and that's what I do. And I love meeting new people coming to my live stream and taking an interest in the Philippines, no matter where you're at in the world. A lot of people come into the live streams even from the Philippines here, which I greatly appreciate. But I'll go over the water. Again, sometimes it can get kind of breezy, so I have to be careful. Like, you won't hear me, but I apologize. Like I said, I'll read your comments when I can see them, but this is one of the favorite spots to come when you're walking, right here. Try the jelly drinks from Street Cellar. They're delicious too. Where is that at? That sounds good. Carrie said she was looking for me yesterday. Yeah, hello. Hi.
Are you a vlogger?
Yeah.
What is your page?
What is my what?
Your page.
Well, I use YouTube. Right now I'm doing a live stream on YouTube.
What?
So it's called
Wait lang, i-follow ka na mo.
it's called Castaway Drift on YouTube. Yeah, you want to see?
Hello. Hello. Hi guys. Hello. Hi guys.
So yeah, Castaway Drift.
Castaway drift.
Yeah, so like Castaway and then Drift. Are you on YouTube?
Yes, on YouTube.
All right, C-A-S-T, Castaway.
Darak. Castaway.
It's one word.
One word na eh.
Put the A.
Full ano.
Yeah, see.
Castaway drift.
Yeah, A-W.
Ay, castaway drift.
Away. No, you put a
Ay, so away.
drift.
Away drift.
D-R-I-F-T.
DR. Drift. Ay, abi kong drift.
Yeah. Did you find it? Oh, you put trip.
Drift, boy, drift. Unsa good drift?
Drift.
Drift. Go, let's go.
Did you find it? There you go. There you go. Hey, don't forget your phone. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, okay?
Take a photo.
All right, hurry up. You can take a photo. There you go. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Unbelievable. That's probably one of the best things about Dumaguete. I've never experienced that in Bacolod, but Dumaguete, the people are so amazingly nice, and you just make them happy just from something like that. That's so humbling. It's very humbling. Chief, I'm not famous. I'm just a vlogger, a foreign vlogger. That's all I am. They get excited when they see somebody different, you know, here in their country. But no, I haven't been to Thailand yet. But it feels good here by the water, and I apologize if it gets, the wind is too loud. I'm just gonna go down this way. Yeah, Gerald Brown, that's what I mean. You make their day. That's like what I like. That's the best part about being a vlogger on YouTube for me. It's just to see people happy and embracing a culture, and then the people here embrace you. I don't know. I've never had anything like that back in the States, so it's a blessing. I'm grateful, and yeah. I always just point out these coconut trees just because I think coconut trees are beautiful. Something simple as coconut trees, I think, is beautiful. Michael's Ray with a smiley face, dude on a roll said probably you could consider using a visiting card that includes your social media details and share with anyone who asks you. Yeah, dude, I mean, I don't feel like I'm at that point yet. That randomly happens. But yeah, because most of the time they want to hand me the phone to check it for them, which I did do the other day. Cargo Plex says, is it hot there? It feels great to me. I think it's like 85, 86, but there's amazing breeze here from the water. I mean, that's Sikihor Island. Like I said, 30 to 40 minutes there. Wally Bear says, I sub. Thank you, Wally Bear. Appreciate it. Again, if anybody's on here new to the channel, my name's Michael from United States, born and raised the majority of my life in Pennsylvania. Did live in Florida for just about 2 years. These are all the fireworks. Shucks 198. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, Shucks. Hello, sir. These are all the fireworks they sell, a lot of them. I'm excited for New Year's Eve because they do a lot of fireworks. Colin Darling says lizards or snakes. Mike and Venus says howdy. I'm trying to check out some of these as I'm walking. What time is it there? Says Leonard Pina. It's 2:16 p.m. on Monday afternoon in Dumaguete, Philippines. Dave Travel says, I'll be running errands in Manila today, buying cheap stuff before I go back to America. Yeah, you're going to be missed, David. Mr. Dave Travel. People are going to miss you, especially me. And I'm glad I'm catching your comments. I try my best. Shuck says, awesome, just went to Cebu a year ago. I've been to Cebu, but never explored there. Just stayed there overnight on my connecting flight. And all those geckos make sounds. Wally Bear says, I live in Minnesota. When I hear Minnesota, I think of burr and cold. Although I lived in Pennsylvania, we had some cold winters, but I'd probably say you probably had colder winters more consistently in Minnesota than I did in Pennsylvania. But yeah, lots of fireworks. That's why they have all the signs: no smoking, no testing. You know, I hope they wouldn't test a firework. Imagine that. Oh, I want to test this firework and see how it works. But there's the famous "I love Dumaguete" sign. So MT, I guess that's Montana, maybe. 0 degrees. Test fireworks. Yeah, LOL. Cold front coming tomorrow for us, Michael. Tuco. Tuco, that's the sound. Now you'll be able to see these fireworks even closer. Yeah, there's a lot of bang bangs here. You don't want to have any matches in here. Hello. Thank you. I'm a little tall. I gotta duck my head. These curtains are coming down on my head. Mary says, where is your location? Hello, how are you? I'm in Dumaguete. Hello, Dumaguete, Philippines. Not right now, but thank you. Thank you. I'm too tall. I gotta duck my head. But yeah, these fireworks, there's a lot, especially those big ones. Hello, sir. Like, I mean, look at the size of these. I always say, a lot of money into these fireworks. And then when you come around this corner, right there's the port. So you can take the fast boat over there to Sikihor Island in 30 to 40 minutes. Or if you want to Bohol, I was told is 2-hour boat ride. Cebu, I'm not sure how long. It's probably not very long to go to Cebu, but this is the nice thing about Dumaguete. Wally Bear says, most of the girls I mod for live in Toledo. The only Toledo I know is Toledo, Ohio. I guess there's a Wally Bear. What do you mean by Toledo? Like what Toledo? I might have to go outside of this tarp because I'm too tall. Let me sneak in here. But yeah, if anybody who's enjoying the live stream, I'd greatly appreciate a thumbs up. The likes are very important for my channel, so anybody's enjoying the live stream, don't be shy and give me a like. But if you don't like it, I guess I wouldn't like something either. Most of the girls, oh, that's the last one. Let me get around this. I'll go back up the other way. Even if I bought fireworks here, I don't even know where the heck I would light them. I wouldn't feel comfortable lighting a firework near anybody, that's for sure. I'd have to go to a place where there's not a lot of people. Christine says, is there a Toledo, Canada? Well, that's what I'm kind of wondering. I know there's a Toledo, Ohio. I mean, I know there's a lot of similar cities everywhere. But it feels good here walking on the boulevard here for me. I'm getting a breeze. I heard about a bar in Toledo across from the depot. Carrie Sloan on the beach, Toledo City. Okay. Steelman says, like number 40 for you. LOL, just got here. I dated a girl from the Philippines. They are good people. They're great people. I love it here. I always say the number one thing I love about the Philippines is the people. It's definitely the people. That's what makes the biggest difference for me here. It's an absolute game changer for me being here in the Philippines because of the people. Oh, okay. Wally Bear says it's the other side of Cebu. Toledo is 90 minutes from Cebu. There are a dozen or more Filipino vloggers in their 20s. There are some with around 100,000 subs. Yeah, I've noticed there's a lot of Philippine vloggers. And a lot of them from Cebu. I have seen that. You are correct on that. Mick Gray says, it's me, Mick from England. Good morning. Hope you're okay and well. You know what, Mick? I remember, and I can't believe I didn't make you blue, but now you're going to be blue, Mick. I do remember you, Mick. Welcome back, Mick. How was your Christmas? Are you ready for New Year's Eve? What does everybody do, or is it the basic, you know? I know I'll be doing a night live stream. I don't know what time I'm going to start it on New Year's Eve here in the Philippines, but it's going to be a night live stream in the city and then making my way to wherever the fireworks are going to be set off at. But yeah, I never did a nightlife live stream New Year's Eve, so this will be a first for me. Colin says, I was in Cebu, great place. I took a ferry with my ex from Palampan, Cebu. I think it took 4 hours. Sadly, I got engaged to her, and the next day she broke it off with me. Well, that's a sad story, Colin. I'm sorry to hear that. That's a sad story. Chief says, I wonder who changes the bulbs and all the lights beside the walkway. I've seen Filipinos do it randomly. Occasionally they come out. They'll have their ladder. Usually it's like two guys. Some of those big round balls around the light bulb, they've fallen off and broken too. I've seen that, and they come and, you know, take the old broken one off and replace it with a new one. I got married in Laguna. Says Thumper for Trump. Mick Gray. Okay, go back a little bit. Gustavo, did you retire there? I am retired, and I'm living here, Gustavo. Yeah, I don't know when I'm going back to the States. I'm living here for now and enjoying it and happy as all can be. Oh, you were talking, Carrie Sloan says, I was talking about the fireworks. You can do them on the beach. Yeah, that would probably be the safest way. Dave Larson says, is there a lot of work there? I mean, I guess for the Filipinos that are working, yeah. I don't know about expats working here, if that's what you're asking. I think the majority of people are retired. There are some expats that are not retired that are working here, but I guess they work online from home, but the company is based in the US. I know a few people like that. Dude on our roll says, which cars do Filipinos prefer? American, European, Japanese, or Chinese? That's a tough question. I mean, I know they prefer motorbikes. Cars, I'd say there's a variety. I know there's that one called BYD car. It's called Build Your Dreams. I never knew what BYD stood for on the car until I saw it the first time here. And I was like, BYD? What's a BYD car? And someone says, oh, it's called Build Your Dreams. But probably I'd say, yeah, like Japanese cars. I've seen Nissans, some of the even old ones. They have a lot more SUVs here than I probably anticipated before I came here. There's a lot of SUVs. Colin says, I know, please God, there's a Miss is right out there for me. She was too fond of my cash. Now she married an older Dutch guy I knew for his money, I bet. You know, Colin, it happens, and don't worry about stuff like that. There's somebody out there for everybody. We all have to live and learn in life. You know, I've had experiences here too in the Philippines and wasn't perfect. But that's how you learn. So don't be hard on yourself. Stefan says, I got married in the Philippines in Guimaras, the province where the sweetest mango is. I love mangoes. I definitely love mangoes. But yeah, here I'm going towards like where some of the vendors are set up. It's like only 2:30. There's not much going on here yet. Josh says, getting the wins at Edwin. Oh, Edwin's here. Hello, Edwin. Sorry I missed you. All right, dude on a roll says BYD is Chinese. Okay. There are a lot of those, the BYDs. Again, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys and girls that are here. supporting my channel as I walk about on my daily exercise routine through the Philippines, Dumaguete specifically in the city. So thanks a lot for being here. And like I always say, enough of me. You don't need to look at me. I'm just a sweaty face, but I'm enjoying it. I love walking, obviously. The walking fool. But it's still real early. They're just getting set up. So my wife was already here with me in Belgium, Stefan says. Now I'm gonna go back up through here. It's just a little quiet down here. I like where there's more active people. The water looks great, don't get me wrong. I love the ocean and I wouldn't be here without it. But I'm gonna go where there's a little more activity going on. Because I know people like to see that. I like to see it too. It's basically where I go. Edwin says the Duma Power Walk is on. Oh yes. I love to see the palm trees. Yeah, I like that. Coconut trees, banana trees. Yeah, they definitely have the palm tree with the fruit. It's very nice. So yeah, now I'm walking up this back road. Colin says, mango is much sweeter in the Philippines than here in Dublin, Ireland. There is a Filipino cafe here in Dublin City. That's nice. Once I get to the end of this road, then you'll see where traffic, basically. More people, more activity. So has anybody commented what they're doing on New Year's Eve? Anything special, anything unique or different? Anybody wants to share what they're doing on New Year's Eve? Or is there a tradition that you typically do other than sitting and watching the ball come down? Well, at least if you're in the US. I don't know what a lot of other countries do. Like, do they all have like ball, like the ball that strikes 12 midnight? Steelman says drinking, LOL. Well, there you go. That is, I guess, unique in a way. Working. I'm sorry to hear that, RA. Maybe you'll be able to. I remember working on New Year's Eve before too, but we were always able to get out early enough to enjoy, the New Year's Eve celebration. Josh says I'll probably burn something in the kitchen. Yeah, Josh is he's a work in progress, but I'll give him an A for effort because the guy's still trying. Even if it goes from the kitchen counter to the trash can, he's still trying. But he's honest. I appreciate his honesty. Edwin says, yes, I'm staying at home and I won't get run over by a drunk. Well, yeah, I would hope that. I think anybody that wants to drink a lot should stay home or hire a driver to do it. Steelman says we're all work in progress. Yeah, I think we all are to some extent. We all have things that we're working on in life. But I guess think about it. If we didn't have all those things to try to make better in our life, it'd be pretty boring. I like how they put these fruit stands up here. Thank you. This is awesome. Now I know where the sun is. Hooray. Orlando Zapian says, thank you. This is awesome. I appreciate the compliment. I think it's awesome too. And like I said, normally I'd do this walk-in without my live streams. This is kind of new for me to do this. I think I'm maybe going on my second week walking in live, and I wasn't sure how good the video would be, but yeah, I like doing this. Hi, you said you're from San Jose, California, nighttime over here. Wow, look at all the sunny over there. Yeah, it's beautiful over here. Yeah, I love it a lot. Definitely eat a lot more fruit than I ever did. I ate fruit, but I eat more now than I ever did. I'll go up maybe this way, see if I can cross this street, maybe create my own path of least resistance. just gotta watch. People like to zigzag all over the place. But I zigzag too, so I fit right in. Oops. Hope you're doing great. It's 10:31 over there. Over here, may I ask what time it is over there? Yeah, it's 2:30 in the afternoon. 2:30 p.m. Monday afternoon in Dumaguete, Philippines. And you see how the chaoticness is what some people would call this, chaotic. I don't look at it as chaotic. It is what it is. Don't bother me. But I like being around people. Sometimes I like being alone. But I enjoy this because everybody's so welcoming here. They're all either smiling or saying hello anyway. This is something I definitely didn't experience in the States. Design, Create, Develop says 6:30 a.m. here in Manchester, UK. Well, thank you for being here, Design, Create, Develop. That's awesome of you to take your time to hang out with me in Dumaguete, Philippines. Barbara Loserio says, thank you, Chief. Hello, Barbara. Do you have a scooter? Warwalker says, no, I don't have a scooter. Not yet. I need to, it might happen at some point, but right now, I'm good without it. Honestly, if I had a scooter right now, I probably wouldn't even use it a lot. Only in limited situations and Barbara says, congrats on 15 years sober. Good for you, Barbara. I didn't see that. On January 3rd, I will have 5 years sober. Barbara, that's awesome. I guess I can't say sober because I was never a big drinker. I was a social drinker when I was young, just most likely out of peer pressure and to be accepted by my friends. But over 20 years ago, I just didn't want to drink anything. I didn't want to put anything in my body that I didn't feel was helping me. So I stopped drinking. I don't smoke, don't do any of that stuff. So congrats on your being sober. That's good for you, You wanted to do something and you stuck with it, and here you are 5 years later. Josh, I think, said, I'm off to bed. Everyone like and subscribe. Thank you, Josh. Until the next time, my friend. We'll catch up. JHNLDR says, good night, Josh. And again, JHNLDR, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I didn't want you to think I didn't notice you. Steelman says, walk and be healthy. That's what I like to do. Walk and be healthy. I'm a walking fool, but I feel great. I feel great. The more I walk, the more energy I get. Some people, the more they walk, the tireder they get, but I get energy. I don't get tired. I feel more sleepy if I'm sitting down doing nothing. You're sweating heavily. A little bit. I'd say it's because I'm wearing a cap. It kind of retains the heat on your head. But you need to wear a cap because of the sun. Keep it out of my eyes. Where are you at, brother? The Brock. Dumaguete, Philippines. The Brock. That's where I'm at. Carrie Sloan says, that's what I say. I feel more energized when it's hot. I feel more energized in the sun, and then I feel more energized as I walk and do more. I just feel better. I definitely feel better. This is where, like I said, you can get cooled off because the air conditioning comes out of the building. Lee Plaza. I may go over to my friend's house on New Year's Eve. No one there drinks, so that'll be nice. Well, you won't feel out of place. That's for sure. War Walker said lots of people here. Oh yeah. But it is Dumaguete's a smaller city. It looks like a lot, But I don't think, to me, it doesn't bother me. Somebody else, maybe they'd feel a little claustrophobic or something like that, like closed walls closing in on them. But you just make your way through, and I just keep going. Oh, hey, T-Sheet. Oh, wait, I gotta do that. You know where I'm from. You said you Manila. You know I'm in Dumaguete, T-Sheet. Not tough. I remember you from before. Steelman says, where are that in relation to Manila? Manila's north of here. I'm not exactly sure how long it takes to get to Manila from here. I guess you could fly Dumaguete Airport to Manila. I've never been to Manila yet. People had told me when I flew here to fly in through Cebu instead of Manila. They thought Manila would be a little too hectic. So I listened to what they said and just went that way. Edwin says, my last time in Duma was 2017, so a lot has changed. Well, would you say a lot has changed in a good way, bad way? You see more, see less? What do you notice, Edwin? What do you notice? Dude on a roll says, what shoes do you wear while walking? I don't go for walks very often, but whenever I do, even for a couple of kilometers, I start getting pain in my heels. Good question, Dudo on a roll, and I like that. I've tried many different types of running, walking shoes. Probably invested way too much money in a lot of them. I've tried Nike, Asics, Adidas, on and on, many different pairs. My favorite pair is right here, the brand, Brooks. That's the brand I wear, Brooks. I have a bias towards Brooks shoes. They're my favorite. I think they're very comfortable, but the bottoms hold up very well. I can put a lot of mileage. When I was wearing Adidas or even Nike, the bottoms just ate up. It just wore off so quickly. So that's why then I stopped wearing them. I don't even think Nikes were that comfortable. Nike to me is more of a name thing and a fashion thing. But that's just me, in my opinion. I went with something that's most comfortable and most durable. And that was that would be the Brooks. If I had to get a secondary shoe, it would probably be New Balance. New Balance after that. But like these are the ones I'm talking about. I don't think these are named, but they might be. I don't know. But these shoes here, wholesale buy pairs of shoes by 20% off. Yeah, so they have like shoes everywhere. I don't know if they're legit, because, well, yeah, that says 839 pesos, so I don't know if those are authentic. I can't imagine 839 pesos for a pair of On. I don't think they're real. They might be fake. Skechers aren't too bad. Yeah, they're not bad either. You're right. I have tried Skechers, Adidas, Asics, a lot. And Brooks is the one I continued to go back to because it just held up better on the bottom. Think about it. You put 10 miles on your shoes a day, they're going to take a beating, you know. Carrie says, hi. Carrie Sloan says, hey, Michael, question. Will you be doing a live stream later today? And if so, what time is it? Carrie, my evening live streams are random. It's possible. If I would do it, like maybe like 7 o'clock, between 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the evening, Philippine time. So that would be like almost 6 hours from now. But I do random evening ones, but usually I do those with Che. Enrique 17773 says, where are you? I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, Enrique. I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines. But welcome here, Enrique. So Design, Create, Develop says, it's so amazing that I can sit in bed and halfway around the world I can watch in first person live. Thanks for the reply and keep up the videos. Hey, I appreciate that. Design, Create, Develop. That's kind of the whole idea behind it. I mean, I'm sure there's several reasons as to why someone couldn't be here in the Philippines. Maybe they can't afford it. Maybe they don't have the health to travel so far. Maybe they're not comfortable with traveling so far. And that's why my idea of this came through, because what motivates me every day to walk so much? Everything that I see as I'm walking here. Just the people and just the culture and how things run and work, and it's nice. I enjoy it. This is one of the best times. Like I said, I can simply go walking, get a random coffee somewhere, and I love it here. Olaska Salasa, shout out watching from Dumaguete. Well, welcome from Dumaguete. I don't know that many people. I know one, like Ray, one of my friends. I know one guy from Dumaguete, and you would be number 2. So welcome. And we got Patash Hernandez says hi. Carrie Sloan says, just in case I'm not up this early, this way I can still catch a live stream, one or the other. I appreciate, Carrie, your support. Like I said, I don't do a lot in the evening. It just depends. I guess maybe if it becomes more of a demand and people would like to see me doing walks during the evening, I have done them, and they are a different perspective. Obviously, it's dark, the nightlife and all the everything lit up. So that's definitely something I'd consider. It's no big deal for me to walk. I don't care. Wherever, whatever, whenever. Design, create, develop. That's exactly it. I have children, so I'd love to travel, but I'm settled here. Well, and yeah, see, there's another reason. You're exactly right. Design, create, develop. I mean, certain circumstances prevent people from doing things, and that's the great thing about technology and live streams. You can bring the sights and sounds from anywhere in the world, well, as long as your data, your phone connection is good. But this is another side of the street. They just put in this Abinson. That's an electronics store for TVs and whatnot. But yeah, I'm gonna go this way. Enrique says, what is your work? I'm retired, Enrique. I'm retired. As of April 6th this year, I turned 55. I'm basically living on my pension and savings. That's it. And if I was still living in the United States, I'd still be working. So that should tell you everything you need to know. I can afford to be retired here and have a budget and be able to enjoy myself and survive. But I'm not rich. I still have to save money if I want to take certain trips. And then, but it's all good. I'm happy, until that time comes, I'm happy with just being in this warm weather climate, different culture, and enjoying myself. Colin asked me if I've ever been to Brazil. No, but Brazil is a beautiful country. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't be against visiting anywhere. I think there's beautiful people, beautiful countries all over the world. RA says, 4 more years and I'm retired. The countdown is on, and you know what? Do the best you can with your money. Stay healthy, so when you can get to those 4 years, when those 4 years are up, you're healthy enough to come over here and enjoy some things. That's great. I'm happy for you, RA. 4 more years, but take care of yourself in those 4 years. That's my best advice. Othab2 says it's 1:43 a.m. here in South Carolina. Wow, what time is it here? 2:46 p.m. Monday afternoon, Dumaguete, Philippines. 2:46. And as you can see, traffic. But again, you forget about the stress of traffic. I mean, I guess some people have a hard time adapting to it. But to me, I don't know. I walk everywhere anyway. Even when I'm on a tricycle, though. I don't. And if it's backed up and traffic's slow, I don't really panic. It's not that big of a deal to me. You get there when you get there. Don't worry about things that you can't control. That's my mindset. The shopping malls are huge there. they're bigger in like Bacolod, but that's all what you're interested in. If you want a city that has really big malls, Dumaguete's probably not the best place for malls, but it's not the worst place. It's all in what you're into. What do you need to make you happy? That's the AA mindset too. LOL. True that. Happy New Year, says Cool King Man. Happy New Year to you. Travel Vibe says Davao City. No, Dumaguete. Dumaguete City in the Philippines. Negros Oriental. Walking the streets now. There isn't much sidewalk for me right now. Until I get up here, then I'll make a left. What are your plans for New Year's Eve? I will be catching up with Big Kev. Oh, will you be catching up? Well, I think so. Well, know what? Kevin's not going to be here, Stone Cold. I just realized he's not coming back until January 4th. He won't be back. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed that he and his girlfriend wouldn't be here for New Year's Eve, because they definitely would have been with us, and that would have been fun. Carrie says, if I lived in Dumaguete, I have to be on the beach every day. I'm a beach person. Unfortunately, I think the best place closest to here to live other than Siquijor Island, but is on Dumaguete, like down from Dumaguete, would be Dallin. I think the beaches in Dallin are very nice. They're not the best. They're not like Boracay or anything like that, but they're nice enough. But yeah, I'm a beach person, waterfall, but I don't go to the beach every day. I at least need to see the ocean. I don't necessarily have to be in the ocean, but I need to see it. That's one thing I didn't like about Bacolod. I didn't see anything. Like, I just saw a city with big buildings, and I felt like I was trapped. I didn't have any vibe there. Here, it's so much different. Different language, Bisaya. Loquito says restroom. I don't have to go to the restroom, but if you gotta find one, I know where to go. Worst case scenario, you can always do it Filipino style and find somewhere, a little corner where nobody's looking and pee. That's only ever happened to me one time. I needed to go somewhere. I had to go very bad. And I was on a bus actually, so I had to get the bus to stop. It was like a 6.5 to 7 hour bus ride. It was not fun. And then, yeah, there was no bathroom, so I had to pee on the side of the road. I don't know what these going on here. Some people just, I make my way. Steelman says, have I seen any Lego shops there? You can get Lego set for 50% off and sell them to USA. I don't know about the Lego shops. I'm not sure. Poop Street, thanks. Hey, Cool King Man, thank you so much. Have some Jollibee, sir. I miss it here on the island of Hawaii. Wow. So Cool King Man, how's the weather in Hawaii right now? I'm sure it's great. I appreciate that. Hold on. Cool King Man, thank you very much for the super chat. I greatly appreciate that. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I'm going to put it towards Jollibee. I don't tend to eat fast food that much, but I can put it towards something else that's very healthy and one of my favorite places to eat. I'm kind of picky about my diet, but I greatly appreciate that, Cool King Man. Very humbling and very generous of you, and thank you very much. But yeah, you said here on island in Hawaii. Never been. It would be nice, maybe someday. That's definitely out of my price range right now, Hawaii. But oh, there you go, Cool King Man. I wanted to do something for you. The best I can do, Cool King, is now you're blue. I appreciate that, Cool King Man. Now you're blue. You're part of the mod squad here on my channel. Cook shop head to skateboard. I don't know where there's a skateboard shop. Some nice stuff in there though. I like t-shirts. I'm a t-shirt guy. Mr. Doobie says, me too, I'm carnivore. No, carnivore. I tried carnivore once and it didn't work out well for me. The reason being, well, at least this is my brother and I both tried it. I think carnivore caused us problems because my brother and I are both on the lighter side, thinner side, didn't have much weight. And I think doing the carnivore, weighing less, not much body fat on us, caused, man, I felt like I was gonna pass out and stuff. I went through the ketosis part when I did carnivore, and then I started having just like dizzy spells, felt like I was gonna pass out. I don't think I was consuming enough meat. I think that's what hurt me. I mean, because you have to really eat, I mean, I guess it's what, meat and eggs. I eat a lot of eggs, but I think with all my walking I did and other exercise, I think there was something off balance when it came to that carnivore. So I stick with meat, eggs, but I added some more carb, fruit, and vegetables to my diet, and I feel a lot better. Cooking Kingman says, no worries, sir. Weather is good here, not as hot there. Wow, thank you so much. Hey, thank you. Like I said, that's the least I could do is give you the blue jacket, and you know, that's very generous of you, and I appreciate it. I'm humbled every day on YouTube. I really am, and I simply just want to share what I do every day. Simply walking. Now, Cool King, man, have you ever been to the Philippines? Yes, healthy is awesome. Most Filipino food that I eat is high cholesterol. Me, I love chicken adobo. I don't eat a ton of rice, but I do eat it. Vegetables, I eat a lot of cucumbers. Give me cucumbers, tomatoes, because cucumbers has a lot of water in it. That's why I like it, for hydration purposes. Yeah, the rice, I've learned also a thing about rice, although it's carbs in it. Carbs don't hurt me. There's breezy through here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear me. This might not be a good idea. I wanted to go towards the water again, but. All right, so Cool King, you've been to the Philippines, all right. What I was gonna say about rice that I learned recently, well, not that recent, but I heard it helps with digestion, believe it or not. And a lot of people's problems these days, at least that's what they're saying, is a lot of people are having digestion issues. So then you gotta figure out, why is that? I think it has a lot to do with people just eating things that they shouldn't be eating. That's a nice bike. I do have to admit, that bike looks really nice. Like, I don't see many bikes that look different and unique, but that bike is really nice. I have to say, I like it. Even that's a nice bike. Very nice bike. Yeah, he just said it too. He saw that. That's like a very, very nice bike. That's the first time I've seen one like this. It's the whole setup. That's a nice bike. I mean, there's so many bikes here, I can honestly say I've never seen one that stood out, popped like that. That was really cool looking. Carrie Sloan says, I'll be right back, I have to make a phone call. No problem. No problem at all. I figured we'd go back down here through the water, change it up. And this is all I do. Like I said, when I get my 10 hours, now sometimes I'll walk to the mall. There is one mall that I could take you guys to sometime. I don't know if today's a good time to do it. But the mall's nice, lots of people watching, and I know some of the single guys that come in here, or maybe single girls, want to see Filipinas or Filipinos, so I go to the mall. Yeah, Carolina blue. Mr. Doobie says, is that Dumaguete? Yep, that's Dumaguete. Do you make New Year's resolutions? Well, I'll make some sort of resolution. I have to give that some thought. I'm sure there's something I want to improve in my life. My life is certainly not perfect. Colin Darling says, do you have a car in the Philippines? No, I don't have a car. No car, no motorbike, just, what do they used to say? Shoe leather express, my shoes. Just my shoes. Cool King says, may I ask where are you at? Maybe I missed it. Yeah, I'm in Dumaguete, Philippines, Cool King. Dumaguete, Philippines, Negros Oriental. This is the boulevard. This is a popular place where everybody comes to walk. Early mornings before they go to work, and then the vendors all set up down and around here. It's much more lively at night. Much more lively. And like I said, I do night live streams. I don't do them often, but if people request it and say, hey, would you do a night live stream walking? I've done it maybe, I did it like over a week ago. But yeah, it feels really good here. The breeze blowing off here so I can get some of the sweat off, but yeah, it's absolutely, I love it here. I mean, look at that. I don't know. I know you can see a lot of beautiful oceans everywhere in the world, but no matter what ocean it is, it just makes me happy and I feel excited about it. Have you met other vloggers? RA says, whoops. Mr. Doobie says, don't need. I walk a lot when I'm there at 71 eating barefoot shoes. Sounds good, Mr. Doobie. Design says, looks lovely. RA says, have you met other vloggers in Duma? Yeah, I've met quite a few other vloggers. Not recently. A lot of them I met when I first got here. Great people. And, you know, people that I actually followed on YouTube that inspired me before I came to the Philippines. I ended up meeting them here. Several of them live in Dumaguete or right outside of Dumaguete. Wayne Nice 172 or Wayne Ace says lots of mopeds, no e-bikes or bicycles. I think there are e-bikes. I don't really notice them as much. Some bicycles, you know, they're the mountain bikes. You'll see a lot of the younger kids, Filipinos, riding the mountain bikes more for exercise, I think. Calling Darling says, I don't have a car either. I cycle, take the Lewis tram or bus in Dublin. Yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm sure a motorbike would come in handy for me at certain times. I'm just not ready to take on that right now. That's not something I want to do. I don't need it anyway. I mean, maybe if I was doing a trip or I wanted to go somewhere, I'd simply probably just rent one. It would be better for me to rent one. Mr. Doobie says, how long have you been there in the Philippines? Well, came here in July of 2024. Was only supposed to stay 2 months and ended up extending until March of this year. Flew back to Pennsylvania March 17th of this year, and then came back here June 12th, June 13th, and been here ever since. So yeah, I guess a little over a year now. I stopped counting, but yeah, I'd say at least over a year, subtracting the months that I was home in the U.S. He says, Mr. Doobie says, nice, it's wonderful. Yeah, I love it here, dude. Like, no sooner I landed in the United States, I missed this place quickly. I was ready to come back. I just like learning a new culture, something new, out of my comfort zone in these states and just embracing other culture, just a whole new excitement for life. I mean, I guess you could say I was bored. Plus, if I was still living in the U.S., I'd still be working. I'd have to. And I didn't want, you know, when I realized I had an option to live here and I could survive on my pension and what savings I had, I was like, I'm going for it. There's no guarantees in life. I mean, people got to do what they got to do, or fulfill whatever drive, desire, dream they have and do it. And mine was, you know what? How do I know how I'm going to be 5 years from now? Even though I eat healthy and I exercise, that doesn't mean something couldn't happen and alter those plans. It's always a possibility. So that's why I decided, you know what? I'm not going to wait. I just did it. And here I am. And yeah, I feel like I have less and I'm actually happy here. Like kind of like having less is having more. Do you pay taxes there? No, I mean, I guess when I renew my visa, I guess you could say that's like a tax. I do my taxes at home. I have a tax lady that I have to get in touch with. Here's my friend Emmy. You want to say hi?
Have a great day today. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Yeah, see, this is my go-to coffee shop. But First Coffee, right here. That's my go-to. And this is Emmy. This is my friend Emmy. She's like a mother to me. She's very protective of me too, right?
Yes, of course.
I'll be back.
Yeah, see you later.
All right. Colin says, love some of the old classic cars in the Philippines. Yeah, I was surprised the one time I saw Harley Davidsons here. Well, at least saw one. I don't know, the second time I saw one, I don't know if it was the same guy, but it was a Harley, and I was kind of surprised to see well, I heard it because of the muffler, but I was surprised when it was a Harley. Ari says, vehicle accidents are common, I hear. Don't blame you for walking. You know what's surprising, though, about Dumaguete? No traffic lights, I don't think there's any stop signs, not that I ever noticed. I would have thought there would be many more accidents, and there's not. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just never around where they. Now I've seen one or two in like, you know, over a year, and what they do simply just works. So I don't know. Maybe I just haven't stumbled upon them, and that's another thing. I don't want to learn how to ride a motorbike here in the city. I'd be more comfortable learning how to ride a motorbike in a province where it's less congested and less traffic. Is it because they don't text and drive? You know what? That's a good question. So many of the windows are tinted so dark, I can't really see in them. Even when you go to cross the street, the front windows are so tinted, I can't see if they're looking at me to acknowledge me to let me go across the road in front of them. So I'm guessing. But I wouldn't be able to see if they were texting and driving anyway, to be honest with you. I can't see in the window. But that's actually a good question. Groom Gone 73 said, Dumaguete's a nice place to retire. I like it here. Again, Dumaguete's not for everybody. I've heard many people have been here and they don't like it. They prefer other places. And that's not to say that I wouldn't go somewhere and want to live there too. I've only lived in two places, here and Bacolod. Here the majority of the time. Bacolod was only 4 months, and I didn't have a great vibe there. I was bored in Bacolod. I wasn't motivated either. Some drivers drive at night with no headlights. Yeah, I've seen that, but for the most part, everybody's headlights work. There's definitely more with headlights than more without. At least from what I've noticed. Boyette Soriano says, hi. Hello, Boyette Soriano. Welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines, Boyette. And we got Angel Cervantes, $4.99, says, checking in from Oklahoma. Well, welcome to Dumaguete, Philippines. My name's Michael. From the United States, born and raised in Pennsylvania. Basically all my life, with the exception of just about 2 years I lived in Florida. Now I'm living here abroad in the Philippines, and I absolutely love it. Happy every day, excited for life, enjoy. I'm a walking fool, I walk everywhere, but I enjoy it and I love it. It energizes me, and I love the people and the culture here in Dumaguete in the Philippines. So I thought, why not? Why not share my walking and talking with you guys? So far, so good. Just me, soul. Where are you in the Philippines now? Oh yeah, Dumaguete, Philippines. You probably heard that. Boxer 1818 says, do they have like Honda motorcycles like CB400 or motorcycles with regular gears, not like moped? Yeah, you can get motorcycles here. You see more of the motorbike, scooter-like things here, I'd say, overall. But no, you can get motorcycles here. You can get dirt bikes, back off-road dirt bikes, you know, clutch, shift, and all that stuff. Not the, you know, the easy automatic. But yeah, you can get them. Yeah, Colin, it gets dark 6 o'clock all year round. That's a positive, I guess. Sometimes I wish, you know, I miss when it would stay in the summertime in Pennsylvania. It was daylight until like 9 o'clock at night. But it's all right. It gets dark here at 6. No daylight savings, none of that nonsense. And then there's, yeah, no winter. Please stop showing up to my door. Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't think so, just Scorpio. That wouldn't be me knocking at your door. Sorry. Bellis Travels. Hey, Bellis. What's up, Bellis? Steelman says, hey, we have the same first name. Have a sub. Why not? Well, I appreciate the sub. Yep. Michael's my first name. Lee is my middle name. L-E-E. That's my father's first name is Lee. So I got his middle name. Nothing wrong with being a Michael. Been meeting lots of Michaels here in the Philippines. Lots of Michaels. Mostly foreigners, but lots of Michaels. Met lots of Michaels obviously on YouTube too. See, like you can go through here in the bakery. You got all this. Lots of cake and bread and Jamie's Trachin says hello. Dragon says Pattaya, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. It's coming. It's coming. Boxer says, how about medical care like health insurance or other? Explain a bit if you can. Well, the only thing I can explain is I don't have any of it. And from what I've learned from people that have had to go to the hospital on a consistent basis, it's very cheap to get a consultation. You don't have to go to like a primary, you don't have to go to like your regular doctor and then they have to prescribe, you know, recommend you to that certain doctor for whatever procedure you want to get looked. It's all taken care of right away, but it's all out of your pocket. So I think like a consultation was like 700 or 800 pesos or something like that. Like I said, if you have to get surgery or you need something serious, you probably might have to go to, I don't know about the hospitals in Manila. You know, a bigger city might have a better hospital. But yeah, I don't have any health care at all. And that's another reason why my health is so important. And then that's why at the same time, I do know that certain things are a lot cheaper, like dental stuff, you can pay right out of pocket. I did get my glasses here done, progressive lenses. They weren't, you know, super cheap. Shoop's Wood Shop. Hey, how you doing, Shoop's? Just to give you an example, my glasses have progressive lenses on them. In the US with vision care, the deductible, I still had to pay like over $300 for my glasses. The lenses were what was expensive. Well, here I got the same thing. No coverage at all, and the total was like $63 out of pocket. So right there, I still paid over $300 in the US with vision care. Here I don't have anything and paid $63. So what does that tell you? You know, a lot of people, when they go to the dentist, the procedure for a cleaning is like 1,200 pesos, I think. And yeah, I think a cleaning in the US, I don't remember, because I would just use my dental coverage, but I guess a cleaning was what, over 150, 160 bucks for a cleaning? Something like that. I don't really remember because I didn't pay attention too much. It was like give them your dental coverage, pay the deductible, and move on with life. Well, here it's significantly cheaper. Mr. Doobie says, I went to ER, wanted to admit me. I had 5 nurses, 2 doctors, did full blood tests, EKG, etc. Was seen for 7 hours. Diagnosis was correct, and it resolved at 300 USD. Well, 300 USD sounds significantly cheaper if you were to go through that whole process in the States. At least that's what I'm guessing. Doing great, just finished our live like an hour ago. Shoops. Colin says, is there such thing as a Filipino massage like there's Thai? Well, I know there's massage parlors all over the place in the Philippines. I don't know if it's comparable to a Thai massage, but I know they have them. Bella says, you have good cell service. Most times you're a clear picture. Yeah, I've learned that, Bellis. I got to be in the city, which I prefer doing the lives here anyway. They're a little more entertaining. I tried doing it walking from Candawai outside of the city, and the trees, I think it was all the trees overhead were blocking the signal. So I learned it's much better here. I will have to have a root canal, $1,900 here. I will fly there, have it dinner, got 150 USD, will save $600, including the condo. Well, there you go, Mr. Doobies. There you go. That would have been $30,000 in the US. Holy crap. GTA 6. Come and see it. John Roberts, GTA 6. Mr. Doobie says, I'll always have dental there. Okay. I know the last time I took Che for a cleaning, I think it was like 1,200 pesos, I think, for a cleaning. Mr. Doobie, 30K, 100% correct. You haven't, Stone Cold says, you have inspired me regarding fitness. I now walk to buy beer. That's great, Steve. I'm glad I've inspired you to go walk and get your beer. Told you, I just want to inspire people. If I can inspire people, I've done my job. Even if it's to get beer. I've done my job. I've inspired you. Ah, it feels good because the aircon's blowing. Whew. It's 1 kilometer to the bottle shop. Hey, whatever the distance, that's good. You're doing something. Instead of driving to the bottle shop, you're walking instead. I do hill sprinting here in California. LOL, it's 71. Some think I'm crazy. I don't think you're crazy at all. I think that's awesome. Actually, sprinting is really good for you, at least in my opinion, through research. Aside from walking, if you throw in a sprint, it's very beneficial. I think it's better than jogging. Plus, you're pounding on your joints all the time with jogging. If you walk and then throw in a sprint, you know, you get that high intensity. I think it's more beneficial to do a sprint instead of jogging. Pick a distance and run as hard as you can. I do random sprints, not during a live stream though. That would probably be one shaky mess trying to do that. Have been to any other countries to compare to the Philippines? Not long enough to compare, no. All the other countries I was in, it was just like my connecting leg on flights. Now, I've been to Dominican Republic, I mean, but not long enough. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it would be very, I mean, I guess I could compare from a vacation standpoint, but not from a living standpoint. I mean, it's different when you actually live somewhere and you rent an apartment and start living and buying food and shopping, vacations, going out to dinner all the time and just living life. Now it's like I have to be responsible and budget money and yeah, simply be smart. Whereas a vacation, you just go into it and pampered and babied and treated like a king and eating out at a restaurant all the time. Oh, we got Harmonic 2010 says, this is in Dumaguete where I am. Well, welcome, Harmonic. Mr. Doobie says, correct, Michael. Andrew Hill says, in Thailand, got new upper and lower dentures less than 700 USD. So what would that have cost, Andrew? Do you know, if I don't know where you're from, but if you would have got it, say you're from the States, how much would that have cost in the States? Just out of curiosity. Boxer 1818 says, getting older now, single, younger lady, if then wanted the blue pills, is quality safe blue pills available or do you need to bring them from the US? Boxer, I'm not sure on that, but I'm sure if you need to find that, you could probably get it here. I've seen other like guys randomly walking the streets selling that kind of stuff. So yeah, fortunately I don't need that right now, but I'm almost positive you can get it here, and I wouldn't even be surprised if it's cheaper. Andrew says about 10 grand. Holy crap. So there you go. There's a great comparison. Yeah, it's not even close. It's like I said, I only had the example of my eyeglasses, but which is the ones I'm wearing on my face. I brought these frames, Ray-Bans, from the US just because I like the way they fit and they're thicker and more durable. But then the progressive lenses I have are just simply for reading things up close, but I can leave them on all the time. They're not like eyeglasses you gotta take on and off. But yeah, $63. Just, they got the frames, or not the frames, the lenses, came in, gave my glasses, they were ready in an hour, done. So yeah, significantly cheaper. Yeah, Mr. Doobie, you're right. If you select, I'm sure there's some better than others. You got to kind of, I guess, do your homework and search a little bit. I'm sure, like the place that I took Che, my girlfriend, to get her teeth cleaned, I'm sure there's probably another place that may do a better job cleaning. We'll have to look into that. I guess it's kind of like one of those trial and error things. You can ask people or get reviews as much as you want, but then at some point you're just going to have to go on your own and figure it out. And if you don't like the quality of work, you try another place and then you say, you know, which one's better. Oh, I'm just checking my, so do you need a driver's license, or as a visitor, can I ride with my USA state car motorcycle license? This is all I know. Whether it's true to be factual or not, I'm not 100% sure. But what I was told, I don't know if that starts the minute you come into the Philippines, but someone had told me that you can temporarily lose your American driver's license, for example, and it's good for, I don't know if he said like 60 days or something, until you have to get, I guess, you know, a Philippine driver's license or something like that. But that's what someone kind of told me, like you can use your current foreign license until you get another one, and it's good for such and such days. That's all I know. The reason I would know more, but I don't need a license, not right now. So if that's the case, that the time starts the minute I got here, I guess I couldn't use my American license. But then again, there's a lot of people that drive through the Philippines that don't have a license at all. Probably because it's too expensive to get it, maybe. And it all matters if they enforce things here. I guess I would probably be more targeted to get pulled over if I didn't have a helmet on. Mr. Doobie says you can drive with it, but you really should just hire public transportation. Yeah, like I said, I'm either walking or I'm getting a tricycle. Colin says, okay, God bless. Heading to sleep. Hopefully chat to you again, my friend. Hey, Colin, darling, I hope to see you again too, my friend. Have a good night's sleep. Appreciate you joining this live stream. And yeah, I'll be back. So look, hope to see you back again. Yeah, the fruit. Like I said, there's so much fruit here. You smell it everywhere you go. I like when they're singing. They're singing Jingle Bells. Take care, Colin. I'll still be here. I'm trying to see if I missed anything. Mr. Doobie says, good to see you, Michael. Maybe I'll see you sometime when I'm there. I'll be doing 3 months there, rotating there in California. Take care. Take care, Mr. Doobies. I appreciate you being here. I won't forget your name either. Mr. Doobies is a classic. I think I'll remember you the next time. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Yeah, it does. It does smell good. Like, I mean, obviously, sometimes not everything smells great, but for the most part. Oh, I didn't try to do that. That was weird. Okay, what in the world is that? I didn't want to do that. Now I have to fix that thing, which I don't even know what button I pushed to do it. That's great when you bump something, you don't try to do it. That's funny. Oh, here we go. Much better. Ay, ay, ay. Sweaty hands. Yeah, harmonic, that was funny. I gave myself a green screen, and Bill says it's absolutely getting colder here. 22 degrees below zero now with a wind chill. Yeah, JHNLDR. Sweaty hands sliding on the touch screen. That was fun. And then I didn't know how to turn it off because I don't normally turn that on. Boxer says, so you walking like in business often, only customers. How about where you are walking around Philippines public bathrooms and couldn't go inside businesses? Well, there's hotels that I don't stay in. I go and use the bathroom. Coffee shops, Starbucks, whatever, I go in and use the bathroom. Do I have an advantage because I'm a foreigner? I don't know, maybe. But I don't go to the bathroom outside. Only one time I went to the bathroom outside. That's because I didn't have any other option. And it was nighttime because I was on a bus. But yeah, like I have places I can hit up if I need to go to the bathroom in the city. Very good question. I prepared for that. I have pit stops, or you could say pee stops. Yeah, I definitely have places where I need to go to the bathroom. And if I have to number two, I probably would walk to my apartment to go number two, unless I just really couldn't wait. But yeah. K-Sound 4K says, what places of Philippines is that? Dumaguete, Philippines. Dumaguete, Sound 4K. Lynn says it's 30 degrees and major wind gusts in northern Arkansas right now, 1:30 a.m. Chilly, cold. Harmonic, how long have you been there in Dumaguete? Safe place? Yeah, I think it's safe. I've never felt unsafe. I've been in Dumaguete total, probably close to a year in Dumaguete, 4 months in Bacolod. I never felt unsafe in either place. I feel most comfortable here in Dumaguete, though. I've never been there, only Manila I stay, KS on. Yeah, I always tell people you should try Dumaguete. you're close to the water, you're close to a port if you want to visit another island. It's really accessible. I think you have the amenities of a city, but then you don't have to go very far, and you're kind of out in the province. You're away from the city. And I don't consider this a city. I consider it a town. It's much smaller than other places that I've been to. I prefer Dumaguete. Again, I could find someplace else that I like better, but for now, I like this. It's the people that I love the most. I always repeat that. It's the people that I love the most. Expat capital of the Philippines. Yeah, Bert, that's probably true. I don't know. Like, it's hit or miss, though. Like, before I went back to the U.S. in March, I definitely saw an increase in expats from July of 2024 to March of 2025. And then I remember saying before I left, I said, yeah, I noticed an increase. Right now, since I've been back here, I don't know. Some people have said, oh, a lot of expats left because there were too many expats, which that's possibly true. That's possibly true. I don't know. I mean, I'm happy here in Dumaguete, though. I'm more interested in getting to know the locals. I meet foreigners here, of course, but I probably have more locals as friends, and that's the whole idea. Like, why be in the Philippines if you're not looking to embrace the culture? I mean, I don't know. I'd feel kind of alone, and I don't know. I prefer to meet the people. Angeles City is second. It looks like the summer there. I wish I was there. Yeah, I guess the dry hot season starts in January and I guess goes till June, if that's correct. So rain season's basically coming to an end. Yep, Quaison Park, Harmonic. You're exactly right. Quaison Park. Yeah, I wish they would have had, they always had a tree here, like a metal Christmas tree that they decorated. They did it last year and I don't know what they did with it. Was it getting rusty or it wasn't holding together? They removed, there's a big, I'm sure you're familiar with it, big Christmas tree there, and then they didn't have it. I mean, they were late they didn't put their they have their like icicles in the trees, but they had their decorations much earlier last year. Bert says March is sizzling. Yeah, I'm sure it is, but you know what? For whatever reason, I don't mind the heat. It doesn't bother me. I've always been a warm weather person. That's why if I still lived in the States, I'd live in Florida, but I'd still be working. So you have to make sacrifices. And to me, I'm not making a sacrifice. I'm happy here with the weather and enjoying myself. Slow down the wide view. Carrie Sloan, I like the fact that everybody's outside playing today and not inside playing video games. Yeah, that's true. Bert, I have a girlfriend. I'm not married. I went with her to her mother's house for a while, and then I walked from Candao. If you're familiar with Candao, I walked from Candao here into the city, and she's spending time with her mom. I get out, I got to do my daily exercise. I'm very disciplined when it comes to my daily walks. 10 miles aren't going to happen on their own, and obviously when we go on vacation somewhere, I really can't get the walking in that I normally do. I'm just very disciplined and dedicated to my walking. So, you know, she's still at her mom's house, I think, probably still there. But yeah, I do my walks and I do my, obviously walking live streams now, but, well, let me see. Boxer says, I'm not Black, African American, etc. Do you see black people from the USA or Africa? How often? Curious of blacks, like say your area, welcome, I assume. Yeah, I've seen plenty of every race possible here, and everybody's welcome. I've never met anybody that said they didn't feel welcomed here. Yeah, I see African American, I see other, obviously Asian, I see foreigners, whether United States, Canada, UK, all over the world. Seems like to me everybody's having a good time and welcomed. That's what I think. I mean, health is a treasure. Couldn't say it any better. Health is a treasure, and you look and are still got it. I guess if you mean I still got, like, I'm in shape or something, but I just refuse. I'm just disciplined. My diet and exercise, and I stick with it, and I go and go and go. I don't even feel tired right now. I mean, maybe a little, my mouth, I'm probably going to get something to drink here. I probably won't be doing this live stream much longer, but that's a long walk from Kandawai to the city property. Good exercise. Yeah, I think it's like, I looked up the kilometers and I converted it to mileage. From Kandawai to right here in the city, I think it was like 3.4, 3.5 miles or something like that. Bert says, many I see foreigners are old and slow. I think you have a combination, old, slow, but yeah, I guess the best thing about it is whoever's here, they're living their life, they're living their dream, looking for happiness, doing the best they can. And hey, if this is where you're gonna spend your end days, I'd say this is a pretty good place to do it. And Philippine culture is very Catholic, many churches there. Yeah, I mean, there's Christian, you know, the people that got their Bible studies going on. Yeah, there's a lot, faith, non-faith, everything here, you know, and everybody seems very respectable of everybody. You know, I can't complain. I feel very welcome and happy here, never feel uncomfortable, nothing like that. Ugh. But anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap this live stream up. Well, I hope that you're planning on doing a live stream later too. Carrie, we'll see. I guess I have to see. I don't know if Che's back from her mother's yet, but we could possibly do one. I don't know what type of live stream it'll be. Che can do a little bit of walking, but not this much walking. But I'll see what we can do. Maybe we'll do one simply where we're sitting at the boulevard if people are interested in that. We might do that. I don't know if Clark Air Force Base is still open. Someone did mention that to me a little bit ago, and I can't remember whether they said it was or it wasn't open. Lynn says, thank you for the tour. Stone Cold says, do you attend church there? Honestly, I've gone to a couple churches. The one we've gone to is near Che's in Kandawai. That's a little bit of a travel to get there to that church. There's some local ones we could go to, Christian-based churches. And if we don't make the church, I do like audio Bible is what I do. I do audio Bible, listen to it and stuff like that. Bert says, Happy New Year, sir. Well, Happy New Year to you too. And Bert says, I'm praying that I can be like you in something to 5 years. I don't know. My best advice is diet, avoid certain things, and exercise. I always say use it or lose it. That's kind of the mentality. And I'm very, very, very disciplined. And I'm to the point where it's like second nature, or I get upset with myself if I don't do a walk or do my routine. I understand sometimes you're just not going to be able to do it all, but for the most part, I'm very disciplined. Art Park says, another epic live, Michael. Clark is being renovated for reopening in the future. All right, there you go. Carrie says, if you do, what time do you think you'll be doing at U.S. time? All right, let me think. 3:35 p.m. here means it's 2:35 a.m. 2:35 a.m. So 7. So it would be, you're all basically an hour in daylight. So if I do it at 8 o'clock at night here, it would be 7 a.m. Eastern time. That would be 7 a.m. So 8 would be 7, 7 would be 6. So I'd say maybe, I know 6 a.m. is kind of early. Maybe if I do it between 7:30 p.m. here, that would be 6:30 a.m. East Coast time. Or 7, yeah, there you go. Kenny Max said 7:35. So that's a possibility. So if I do it at 8:35 p.m. here, that would be 7:35 p.m. East Coast time. I can try it. That would be about the time I would probably do it if that would work out for anybody. But Harmonica says, what's your girlfriend's name? Che. Cheryl. It's Cheryl, but Che. I think you came to our church in Kandawai. Our pastor is Andrew. Yeah, that's Andrew. Yep, Pastor Andrew. So then Harmonic, We know each other. Yes, that would be the church. Yep, Pastor Andrew. Yep, that's it. Hello, Harmonic. Appreciate you being here then. Small world. Yep, Che. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Time for me to go get some water, maybe a small coffee. I don't like drinking caffeine this late, but thank you each and every one of you guys for being here. God bless you. If you haven't given me a like, hit a like real quick. Real quick. I don't know if I can get to 100 before I X out, but I'm at 90, so that's good enough. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. Lighting on, lighting off. But anyway, 91 likes, that's good enough. God bless you, Harmonic. God bless everybody. Have a good rest of your day, night. R.A., Kenny Mac, all you guys. Jay Johns, thank you for the live. Thank you guys for being here with me. That's the most important. Without you guys, I can't do this. So thank you. God bless. See you guys next time.